6'2". He's got to be shorter than that.
Yeah. He looks so tiny out there. And just this G Leaguer who, shout out to him, put up a show when it mattered most for him in his career, and he could do it.
He doubled his career earnings in about, 45 minutes?
Yeah. Plus, he got a Puma deal.
Yeah.
He got a shoe deal out of this, so even more.
Happy for the man. He put on a show. He blew everybody else out of the water. No one else even competed.
I think Mac McClung did amazing. High school phenom with his dunks and everything. It was great to watch his highlights growing up. Kind of disappointing from a lot of the other guys that were there. I really was expecting a lot out of Jericho Sims, and the guy's got so much bounce, but had not an ounce of creativity in any of his. He did basically two different.
Just honey dipped twice.
Right, had the elbows in the basket, and then he opened a 50. And they didn't even give him a 50.
So
and then I think what really did him dirty and kind of ruined his chances was not only did he try to do the same concept, but he tried to get both in, and then didn't get the left in, and then put it in like it had been there the whole time. And I think the judges saw that, and
the crowd's reaction to that was just
nobody
responded.
It was dead.
There was just no response.
But Mac McClung really rejuvenating the dunk contest, which just really needs a lot of help since the Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine.
I saw highlights of that today, and my God, I forgot how good that was.
Yeah.
Like just the two of them just back and forth.
Nothing has really matched that intensity and that competition quite, since then. But I think Mac McClung, definitely deserves it. Jumping over two people, touching the backboard, reverse dunk. Crazy that a lot of people were Skip and Shannon. I think the next day we're talking about okay, why are no namers participating in the All-Star break? But I completely disagree. I think not only do a lot of people know about Mac McClung just from his high school days, but I think if you're not going to get Ja or Zion or someone like that we know is going to deliver, what are we going to do? Replace him with someone like a Jericho Sims that was going to be a boom or bust and probably was not going to boom at all? I mean, Mac McClung, I think, was a great choice. And, shout out Sixers for signing him a week before so that he could wear their jersey.
I just don't understand why stars hesitate to do the dunk contest now.
I saw Stephen A. attacking LeBron for it. He said it's LeBron's fault for all this.
LeBron is 50 years old.
But LeBron didn't do it when he was 20.
Yeah, LeBron didn't do it when he was 20, but I mean,
I think he set the precedent. He was the first big-name star not to do this. You maybe give Kobe, but Kobe wasn't a dunker like LeBron was.
Even, when Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon did it, they were still, they were notable NBA players when they did it.
Yeah, kinda.
More than Mac McClung
obviously.
And Jericho Sims.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just don't understand why these guys hesitate. Oh, you're not going to get injured
Nobody's
doing
getting
it.
hurt.
No one gets hurt.
No, you don't get hurt.
You have a better chance of getting hurt in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that.
I'm intrigued to see. First off, shout out Mac McClung. He didn't even miss a dunk, which I think that's crazy because I've seen
that is insane.
Most recent dunk contests have been taking him 3 or 4 times to do it. And by the time they actually do it, you're like, okay. I've seen this 3 or 4 times. You fail it, but nice make. But I wonder if the NBA realizes that they don't need the star players anymore. And I think it'd be kind of cool for them just to go around the country and just find 4 crazy dunkers and just go compete on it. At this point, I feel like we don't need star names. If no stars are going to do it, I'd rather see some really good guy who's playing the streets of Brooklyn than Jericho Sims trying to put his elbows through him.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I don't get it. As a kid growing up, if you were told, man, you get to be in the dunk contest, I feel like everyone would be jumping at that. But I guess these star players don't care. They need a bag to do it.
Sean, as crazy as that statement is, I thought about that statement about taking random people, and I was like, it just didn't sit right with me because, it seemed for me like it just goes against the purpose of the All-Star break. But then I thought about who was in it this year, and I'm like, it's kind of trending in that direction at that point. They're going to force the NBA's hand at this point.
I don't need to see...
No disrespect to Trey Murphy or anything.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know who else competed against him. I know it was Mac McClung who was the headliner, and then there was Jericho Sims.
Was it
Trey Murphy?
Kenyon Martin Jr.?
He did nothing great.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool. His dad threw him a lob.
We forgot he was in it already.
The other problem I have with the dunk contest, and I think Aaron Gordon said this of why he doesn't want to do this ever again, they just give 50s out for anything.
Yeah. Except for when it's Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
There's a bad dunks, but Aaron Gordon was annoyed because he didn't win it because Zach LaVine got a 50, and then you can't beat a 50 with something like that. I feel like 50 should be reserved for something that's out of this world. No one's going to ever beat it. But, come on, give some, nobody got like below a 40 in the end of the
But he also lost because of that Dwayne Wade thing when they like a couple years later.
Yeah.
When I think D Wade said they were trying to. What was it? They were trying to make the score match the other person so it would go into like keep going on,
Yeah.
but there like wasn't communication. They weren't on the same page, and they kind of screwed over Aaron Gordon, which got clowned for.
I don't know. It always annoys me when they just get 50s for everything. But hopefully this is the start of a new era because it was fun watching Matt McClung dunk out there. It was entertaining. It was better than it's been in the recent years. We'll see. 3-point contest. Shout out Dame Lillard. Nothing else really crazy going on there.
No surprise.
He
Kevin Huerter really had the yips.
A lot of guys had the yips, but shout out Dame. He hit all 4 of his Mountain Dew bomb shots. Like, dude's crazy. Dude's crazy.
All-Star game. Liam, if you want to start it off with
it was absolutely terrible. I didn't even watch the whole thing. I couldn't do it. It was just none of the guys were trying. You remember that year? It was the year after Kobe passed, and they were playing that game like it was the NBA Finals, and it was incredible to watch.
Kyle Lowry took 2 charges in that game, I think.
And the crowd loved it. Everyone was going crazy. I remember we were watching. We were going nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened because they still have the same format, but these guys just don't care anymore. They don't care at all. And to be honest, I really can't blame them. I mean, they're playing for charity, but charity's getting money no matter who wins each quarter, who wins the game, whatever. It was hard to watch. It was hard to watch.
Michael Malone even said after the game that it was probably like the worst game of basketball ever, and someone asked him right after that, like, how do you fix it? And he said, I don't know if it can be fixed.
Yeah.
Which it's so tough. It's tough to incentivize players to give it their all in games that really just there's very much more risk than there is return when it comes to that player. You could get injured if you give it your all, and like, could you imagine if, like, God forbid, you tear your ACL during an All-Star game? Like, that would just be terrible. But then, you know, I don't know how you fix that. Like, even with the NFL, they're doing like flag football now. Like, that's kind of lame. Let's keep it a buck. That's lame.
But it was a little better. I don't know. They can't incentivize these players to actually play in a regular season game and not injury matters like and Edwards was talking about. Like, how are they going to do a play in an All-Star game? Like, there's nothing that can happen here. They can't incentivize them to play in a regular season game, all 82. They're not going to incentivize them to play in an All-Star game.
You know what I was thinking during the game?
Can't see it.
But you can't really do this with the way they draft it now. Didn't the MLB have the rule of the winner of East-West, with the 2 leagues, gets home field advantage?
They took that away, but that's the way it used to be. And I mean, even now, in the MLB, guys still try in the All-Star game. All-Star game MVP like matters. I feel like it used to matter. It doesn't matter at all anymore.
No, it doesn't.
Tatum dropped 55, but like, no one was guarding him the whole time. It was just him and Jaylen Brown just going at each other for a quarter.
You can't do that because of the way they draft it now.
Yeah.
But I think if it was still East and West, maybe that'd be. You just need to incentivize people to try, and it's very hard to do that. Right? It's very hard.
Because you look back in like the 90s and even early 2000s, you look at clips from them, they are trying their butts off. And it's fun and it's an intense game. The crowd's into it. We just don't have that at all anymore.
Kobe MJ battles in the All-Star game, like all that stuff. All the things you just didn't see as much in the NBA like you saw in the All-Star game. It was just a fun time, and I think all sports experiencing the same problem right now of players not trying as much in the All-Star game, which makes sense. I understand it. But they've lacked all appeal to me. I did not watch a single bit of this game, and there's no appeal to it at all.
I mean, I will say, though, the Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown little battle made me think even more. They need a 1v1 tournament in the All-Star
absolutely.
weekend.
Players wouldn't do that, though.
No, they won't do that.
It's
ego.
Yeah.
Because, if you lose that,
That's if you lose, but if you win.
Yeah,
but they're too soft.
There's only one winner. And Sean's right. The NBA has gone so soft.
Maybe not a tournament then. Maybe just like a series of games.
I would love a 3v3 tournament. Half court, a 3v3 from each team. I feel like that would be fun.
Or 3v3 drafts.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you take the All-Stars, do that. But the way it's going now, I don't know. I really did like the Rising Stars game. The one, shout out Jose Alvarado winning the MVP.
They tried.
They were trying their butts off, and it was good basketball too.
Yeah.
I don't know why these stars think they can just go out and people pay big money for this. They want to see some good basketball. They want to see the top guys of the league trying and putting on a show, but it's just not part of the culture anymore.
And what's really tough is because I was remembering there's been some funny moments from the Stars in the last couple of years, but Giannis didn't even play. Curry didn't play. Durant didn't play. LeBron played a half. So a lot of the top guys that maybe could have tried or could have showed us something special just didn't play for most of it. No disrespect to Tatum. Tatum's a really good player, and that was very exciting to see. But it was pretty much just Tatum, and then Dame pulling up from half and making however many.
So what was it? Tatum broke the record for, but
congrats.
Yeah. I don't know.
Cements him as an MVP right now.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
The last 2 All-Star MVPs have gone on to win the chip.
I did see that, and I'm very excited about that. He knew that. That's why he tried.
I don't know what happened. This glamour. The All-Star game used to be a big thing. People get excited for, and winning MVP would be a huge honor. Now it's just they're chucking up shots from half court, and I don't know.
Yeah,
it's sad.
They even put charities behind it, and they don't even try.
Yeah,
I can't talk about this anymore. It just stinks.
Yeah.
Actual NBA news that actually matters. Truitt, your guy, got released by the Jazz last week and is now officially signed with the Clippers. Russell Westbrook is a Los Angeles Clipper.
He's back in LA, baby.
Back in LA. They share a stadium still, right? So do you just change the locker room? Wow.
Yep.
How do you feel about this?
I'm going to put aside my hatred towards the Clippers for this segment. I see this as being a very low risk with the potential of a very high reward for the Clippers. When Russ came to the Lakers, it was supposed to be a big three because you didn't really have too much around LeBron and AD. So you needed Russ to be a integral part of that big three because you did kind of sacrifice most of your rotational players to get him. In this move, just being signing to what I assume would be a veterans minimum, so it's not $48 million, so you didn't have to give up anything. It's not even a trade. Got rid of John Wall, got rid of Reggie Jackson, who both had pretty poor years. Surprising for Reggie Jackson, though, because he was really good for them a couple years ago. You still do need a true point guard, and a lot of the guys in the Clippers locker room were saying that. Batum was saying that. Paul George was saying that. Marcus Morris were all saying that. And they were kind of throwing Russ's name around, which is cool to hear. But, whether he's a six-man or a starter, you're going to have arguably the most shooting outside of maybe the Rockets year that he's had in his career. Ironically, Eric Gordon is a part of both teams. You're going to have so much less pressure with PG and Kawhi, who can both shoot. Neither LeBron or AD I would trust to shoot. Russ has experience playing with PG. He can, go get a bucket, facilitate the offense. I'd expect him to play a lot of minutes with either Paul George or just the entire rotational players and no Kawhi or PG. I'm curious to see how Ty Lue does it, but I know that Ty Lue and Lawrence Frank, the GM, were really contemplating it, and they finally, the more they thought about it, the more they realized that this could be a part. And you know what? Doesn't work. If it doesn't work out, he plays his way out of the rotation. Okay, you sign him to a veterans minimum. You didn't give up any assets. I see this as a very low risk, high reward possibility.
I think this gives the Clippers a good sense of identity now. With Paul George and Kawhi playing, however many games they had together over these past couple seasons, it seems like never. Westbrook's going to be there game in and game out. And he's got that experience. And the Clippers this season have looked lost at a lot of points. They've been missing that it factor. I don't want to rank on Paul George, but he's not that dog. He's not that dog. He's not that guy. Kawhi, on the other hand, he's really been struggling these past couple of years to stay healthy. He's not the same player that he was. Westbrook's going to go out there and he's going to be their energy guy. He's going to be their motor. I think, coming off the bench, him with Norman Powell, with Rocco, Eric Gordon, Batum, you got some scoring there for sure. And you got some guys that are really gonna try on defense. Does this propel the Clippers to a Nuggets or a Suns level? I don't think so. But come playoff time, I think this is really going to help them compete in 7-game series.
Yeah, I think Russ has proven over the past couple of years, and especially the Lakers right now, that I think he is going to make the difference, especially right now in the regular season with the Clippers, what seed they end up going to the playoffs. Because I think, as Lee was pointing out, Russ is going to be there every day, and I think Russ can win them a couple games in the regular season, push them over the edge, that maybe they're looking at a 2 or 3 seed instead of a 4 or 5 that they're in right now. And come playoff time, he's just another option off the bench, another offensive scoring, another spell guy. I don't know. I love the fit here. I've liked the Clippers for a while. I like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard together. I know you two don't, but I'm excited. You don't like Clippers in general, but I'm excited for the Clippers run right now. I think they can go deep in the playoffs. I think they are probably, in my mind, a top two or three team in the West.
I think behind the Nuggets and the Suns, I think they're up there with the Grizzlies for third or fourth best team.
Yeah,
for sure.
They're well rounded. They got the guys. They have guys who can guard Durant, and I don't know, scary.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to determine. I mean, it's going to be determined by if Kawhi and PG stay healthy. But I mean, this bench is just crazy even without Russ. With Terrence Mann, whether he starts or not, Eric Gordon, Powell, Batum, Plumlee, just got Bones. It's gonna take a lot of pressure off Russ, and it's gonna give him a lot of guys that he can play with. Tell you, Russ just he went to a better team in LA, so I think that's what he wanted, and he'll probably be allowed to be himself. I'm curious to see whether it comes off the bench or not. But as one of you guys were alluding to with the experience, he's the only player outside of Kawhi that has been to an NBA Finals. Probably no, I guess they went to the Western Conference Finals in the bubble. No, they didn't. So he's probably one of the only players on that roster to have gone to have gone to a conference finals as well. Maybe Eric Gordon and Powell. But yeah, I see this as a good move, and trying to take my bias out of that.
It's just unfortunate that he's going to be wearing a Clipper uniform.
It's it's sad that his Lakers career didn't amount to anything. But
true, your birthday's coming up April 3rd. What about a little Westbrook Clippers jersey?
I will burn it. But thanks.
Other basketball news around the NBA. Hawks fired Nate McMillan today. Kind of expect to be fired at some point. A little surprised to happen mid-season, but it was coming.
I like it. The writing's been on the wall for a while now in Atlanta. He's had run-ins with a lot of the players, and they have been underperforming severely this season. They got DeJounte Murray. Everyone thought this team could compete for, a top 4 spot in the East. Not at all. Not even close. I do like that they got Sadiq Bey. We talked about that last week. That's a great move for them. But I think, they got to light a fire under this team.
Yeah, I've seen rumors of, I think their top coaching candidates right now are Quinn Snyder, the former Jazz coach, and Kenny Atkinson. And I personally love Kenny Atkinson, so I hope he ends up with the Hawks. I think that'd be a great fit there. But they just need to change something up, as you were saying. Yeah. They have the talent on the team. DeJounte Murray, Trae Young, Sadiq Bey, John Collins. Clint Capella's still there. Like, they have guys up and down this roster. Can they find somebody to put it all together? We'll wait and see.
I think Nate McMillan received a lot of praise for when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Bucks, because it was just such a outstanding year for them. But it was kind of a fluke on his part, because they were never able to repeat that success, not even close. Missing the playoffs a year or two after going to the conference finals is just kind of ridiculous. And as you guys alluded to, DeJounte Murray, he was beefing with John Collins at one point?
Yeah.
John Collins has kind of been beefing with everybody, though.
John Collins has been beefing with the Hawks for what seems like his entire career.
Yeah.
I think the leash on Nate McMillan kept tightening every year. He couldn't even remotely repeat the success he had. And I think that's all he was really hanging on to. Because if you take away that year when they went to the conference finals, this resume with the Hawks is pretty putrid. So I think that was the only thing that was keeping him in place and finally like, you know what, enough's enough.
So the Hawks, they beat the Knicks, was it first round?
Yeah.
And then who did they beat after that?
Sixers.
The Sixers.
That was the big one.
Oh, yeah. Ice tray. So they beat the Sixers, and as you were saying, Truth, they went to conference finals. They haven't done anything since then, not even comparable to that since then. If anything, they've been very underachieving since then. It's
only been a season and a half since then, but yeah.
They have not looked good.
No, they've not.
At all season.
Not at all. It was expected. We'll see how they go from here.
You want to talk about Beverly?
Yeah.
I bring that up because I mostly just want to talk about the Bulls in general, but we'll talk about Beverly.
I heard Bev was between the Warriors and the Bulls, and he decided to go home and
hometown,
go to the Bulls where he wanted to be. And his big goal this year is to beat the Lakers.
Yep.
So.
His one goal is to quote unquote knock them out of the playoffs.
I love that.
Well, how is that going to happen?
Yeah, Bev. Here's the thing:
both teams have to make the finals.
The Bulls and the Lakers probably aren't making the playoffs. So good luck with that. But
I feel like we haven't talked about the Bulls really too much on the show and why they are doing so bad this year.
They are underachieving
tremendously.
Yeah.
I really think that this shows, at least in my mind, how much of a glue guy Lonzo was last year. When they were playing really well at the beginning of the year, Lonzo just be able to facilitate the ball between these star players and keep everybody involved, everybody happy, and everybody going. And I think Lonzo being out so far this year, and they've announced he's out for the rest of the season, I think just damaged their ability to run an offense successfully with a good point guard.
Not to mention, he at the point guard position, he's a top 5 defender, no doubt.
Yeah.
Looking at the starting 5, it looks pretty. They could compete, but after that, looking at their second unit, you got Pat Bev, Kobe White, not even Patrick Williams, Derrick Jones Jr., Andre Drummond, and Caruso or Dragic. That's outside of Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, you have no scoring there, none.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up after the top 5 because you have DeRozan, LaVine, and Vucevic are all playing very well, scoring, all very efficient too. And then you have Kobe White, who it looks like is, I guess, your 6th man. Maybe no, I guess Caruso is. But Kobe White, 41-35 splits, pretty awful.
Yeah, he's been inefficient his whole career.
Andre Drummond.
Andre Drummond has no place in this league. I'm sorry.
He really doesn't. Goran is shooting 42% from the field.
Goran
pretty awful. Caruso not terrible, 44-38, but he's only taking 4 shots a game, so I don't really.
Jeez.
So like you said, there's really no scoring there, and it's not like, besides the Lonzo injury, most of your core guys have played like almost every game. You have Derrick Jones Jr. and Javonte Green out for a little bit. Drummond didn't play every game, but still, this is just. Your bench is just pretty abysmal, so I would assume that if you took a look at the plus-minus numbers, when DeMar and LaVine and Vuce are off the court, it's probably a pretty abysmal product that you're getting there.
We talked about this too. We saw them and the Raptors as the 2 teams that were going to do something at the deadline, and for the Bulls to not go out and do anything, it really is a head-scratcher. Either making a move to get another piece so that they can compete in the East, or just blowing it up and tanking a little bit. Time to rebuild. I think they should have gone that way, but right now they are stuck in NBA purgatory.
Yeah, and they're just getting older. Like you want to say like maybe run it back next year with healthy Lonzo, but I feel like just the health of this team, these guys, they don't have there's no bench. There's nothing they can really build around. They have guys. They have older guys that there's been there who've proven it, but I feel like they're not competing against these top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference.
No, not even close.
DeMar is also 33.
Exactly.
Yeah, very old.
They're getting older. They should have made a move at the deadline. I guess
Pat Bev was not that move.
They wanted to get into the 10th seed and get a playing game maybe, but come on now.
I don't know why they wouldn't target a guy like Sadiq Bey.
They need a point guard. They need somebody to replace Lonzo right now. They
don't
have
Bones.
anybody.
You could have got
Bones could have been
someone. Reggie Jackson would have been.
There was the Russ rumors.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
That spacing between DeMar and Russ.
God.
That would have been, and Andre Drummond. Oh, oh wow. That would have been interesting. But yeah, why can't they go out and get a point guard like Bones or Reggie Jackson or someone? D'Lo, anything.
Let's say you have a year like this again. So let's say we're at the deadline next year, and maybe Lonzo comes back, but it takes some time for him to, get back to speed, and you're at the same exact position. Zach LaVine is 27. You blow up the entire team, so he'll be 28 at that
Absolutely. I think they should have done that this year.
At least get rid of DeRozan. Like, if you want to say you can build around LaVine going forward, keep LaVine, sure.
Yeah.
DeRozan's
got to be gone.
He was a great experiment. It worked really well last year.
He did as much as he could.
Yeah. Don't blame any of it on him.
No. I think absolutely blow it up for picks and rebuild, because this team has, outside of DeMar, Lonzo, and LaVine, they have no assets right now.
Yeah.
Anyone know LaVine's contract, what that's looking like?
He's probably got 3 or 4 more years on it.
Let's see. He's making $37 million a year. Good for him.
I mean, he's playing out of his mind. Not out of his mind, but he plays well.
24, 5 and 4 on 47% shooting. I mean, that's
pretty good.
Yeah, for the volume as their, second option, I guess. It's really good.
All right. It's mid-season. It's All-Star weekend. Let's get some picks. Let's get some picks on who we think MVP, Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, NBA Finals. Let's start MVP first. I feel like this is really, really close, and there's going to be a lot of controversy if somebody wins it, I feel like.
I feel like there's 5 or 6 guys that could win it, and it wouldn't be surprising.
No. But I feel like there'd be a lot of controversy if Jokic won it. If he became the first guy to win 3 straight MVPs.
I think right now he's the front runner.
He is the favorite.
I don't think it's close.
All right, so who do you think's winning it?
Jokic. You put me down for that three-peat. I think he should win it. Now, will he win it? Probably not. It's probably going to be Tatum, or I wouldn't mind seeing Embiid win it. If the Mavs finish as top 3 seed, I could see Luka winning it.
True.
We were talking about this last night. I'm going to go with Giannis. And are you looking for rationale for that?
Yeah.
I don't think you need to.
I don't really need rationale.
No, I'm not
32
really.
points, 12 rebounds, almost 6 assists, 54%. Fighting for the first seed in the East. And Chris Middleton's played 15 games this year.
Yeah.
And he's been asked during those. Excuse me. He's been booty during these games. Now, shout out Drew Holiday and Brook Lopez, but to do all this without your Robin is it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And his defense is unbelievable too.
I want to pick Tatum, but I feel like the narrative for Tatum has fallen off in the last couple weeks and months. It's going to be Jokic, and he's just such a difference player on the court, but it just feels wrong that he's the guy who gets three-peat for the first time since Jordan.
It does feel...
Does it feel wrong that Nikola Jokic is the guy who did this?
It does feel wrong, but watching a Nuggets game, it's not even close. If you want to talk about valuable, and the argument that, he has to be on a good team to win this award. He's the 1 seed right now.
I know.
You want to talk about valuable? This man is making Aaron Gordon... I think Aaron Gordon should have been an all-star over Jaren Jackson. That's what he did. He completely revitalized Aaron Gordon's career. Dude's shooting 60% because of Jokic.
Because 80% of his points are just Jokic dimes when he cuts. I mean, he's great. You just got to be a cutter to play in the Nuggets, and you can look like Aaron Gordon.
You have to be a cutter, and you have to knock down threes. And Jokic makes everyone around him so much better. It is unbelievable.
It just feels wrong that he's the guy.
It does feel wrong.
I know. There's been so many great players between now and Jordan, and Jokic is the first guy to get three-peat.
There is so much talent in the NBA right now. I saw a tweet the other day. John Morant in shooting, rebounds, points, rebounds, assists, and shooting percentage is having a better year than MVP Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
And he's not even going to be considered.
He also talks about the lack of defense being played in the NBA, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. You do have to adjust for pace and defensive rating. Are we doing the other?
Let's go.
Awards too.
Western Conference. You want to do other awards?
I feel like Rookie of the Year is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Paolo.
That's gonna be Paolo.
Yep.
Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year.
I think it's either going to be the Celtics coach or the Kings coach.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd like to see Mike Brown win that. It depends
Mike Brown winning that would be really
where
cool.
the Kings finish.
Did Udoka win it last year? I can't remember.
Who?
Did the Celtics guy Udoka win it last year?
I have no idea.
Last year?
No idea. I could obviously we could all see Mazzulo.
Monty?
Mazzulla?
No, that doesn't.
Yeah.
How do you say his name?
Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah, he interim head coach now got signed.
Yeah,
he could definitely win that. Or Mike Malone.
You know who
Nuggets.
opened as the favorite to win the Coach of the Year?
Ime Udoka.
Yeah.
That's not gonna
Different
happen.
Celtics guy can win it.
Yeah. I see a lot of these.
Then are they
guys
really
win
the
it.
Coach of the Year?
I'd love to see Mike Brown though. I think that would be
Yeah, I
awesome.
think that'd be
Kings
It would
coach.
be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, so we're doing conference finals matchups.
Yes.
Yeah. Conference final matchup.
East.
West finals.
Okay. Well, in the East, this is the
We're starting with the East.
boring take, but I mean, it's just the two best teams in
Yeah,
the
I
East.
know
Probably
what you're
two best teams in the NBA, Celtics, Bucks.
I think
wins
we're gonna all say the same thing.
If it, this is very dependent on injuries, because last year was a 7-game series, sweatfest, incredible series by the way, one of the best I've seen in a while. But the Bucks didn't have their second best player. Took it to 7 games against the Celtics. If the Bucks are healthy, I don't see anyone beating them in a 7-game series. Not Giannis in the playoffs. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
All right. So Bucks over Celtics. Truett.
Same thing. I hate to be that guy. Same thing.
Yeah, and we know what you're gonna pick, Sean.
I'm actually feeling crazy. Obviously, the Celtics are winning it, but I think the Sixers are going to come in and beat the Bucks.
Wow.
I think Embiid's pissed off enough this year. I think James Harden wants a ring. I think Tobias Harris is playing well. Max is playing well. This team is playing well together. Celtics over Sixers. The city of Philadelphia cannot lose 4 straight
But they will.
finals, but they can lose the conference finals in the NBA.
Hey, at least they have a dunk contest winner.
Do you think? Actually, a quick thing about that. Do you think the NBA sent out a message to all 32 teams saying one of you guys have to sign them so it doesn't look like a G League guys in the NBA? You know what I think?
I think it was the Sixers
Yeah.
honestly just looking at it and seeing it as an opportunity.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Every time you go back and look at that dunk,
That's
10
fair.
years from now, he's going to be wearing the Sixers jersey.
Yes, sir. You see Philo right there, and then his high school. But yeah.
Western Conference Finals.
The trickier one for sure.
All you, True. You start this one off for us.
Clipper. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna go Suns. Nuggets. Suns. Nuggets. That's so
It's
safe.
a very safe pick.
I mean, should I go Nuggets Clippers?
Up to you, man.
I'm going Nuggets Clippers. I'm going
wins
the
it?
rematch. Nuggets.
Nuggets over the Clippers?
Yeah. No, I just 100% know that's not going to be what it is, but
Liam?
I want to hear what you have to say first, Sean. I want to hear your pick.
All right. 1 second. I need to look at the standings to see who is going to be. I know what I want to say. And that works out, actually. Clippers over Suns.
Clippers over Suns. Wow.
Clippers over
Clippers
Suns.
going to the finals?
Yeah.
God, I'm throw up.
Clippers over Suns. I know Jokic does it every time in the regular season, but I feel like there's always a team that beats them in the playoffs. I don't think the Nuggets will get to the Western Conference Finals. I think there's too many other good teams. I think the Suns, Clippers are better than them. I think even the Mavericks could beat them in the playoffs, as we've seen before. Healthy Pelicans could do it. I don't think the Nuggets are going to go to the Western Conference Finals.
Wow.
Sorry, Drostic.
I disagree. I have the Nuggets in there for sure. Now I'm between two teams, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm very biased in my picks. Very biased.
Appreciate the
Aren't
honesty.
we all?
I really want to say the Mavericks, but they're just not deep enough for a playoff run. But you know what? I said that last year, and then Luka just decided to take a big old poopy right on top of the entire Suns organization. I'm between three teams. Between the Grizzlies, I can totally see them,
really
upstarting.
John, you okay in the West? Yeah, I'm okay in the West.
And they just proceed to stink. I can see the Grizzlies. I can see the Mavs. And my dark horse, if they get healthy, I could see the Pelicans really making a run. I think with Zion and Brandon Ingram and a lot of their other pieces, they are built for a playoff run, especially their intensity. But when it comes down to it, you need star power in the playoffs. That's why I'm taking Nuggets, Mavs. Nuggets, Mavs. I'm going to be
Who's
biased.
winning it?
Nuggets.
There's one team we have not talked about, and I literally kind of forgot of them for a second. And I'm now re-debating all the things. We did not mention the Warriors.
Because for good reason.
And really?
They are the third worst away team in the NBA. Third worst.
Yeah, but have they not built up enough credit over the years that like the Chiefs, we can't write them off until they actually lose a playoff series? When was the last time they lost a playoff series?
The Warriors?
Well, it's because they
a 7-game playoff
win the whole
series.
thing, or they make or they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah. Because
but when was the last time they lost
probably the finals versus the Raptors.
Exactly. They have not lost a 7-game series in like probably once or twice in the past couple of years. I don't know. I'm now re-debating my pick.
Yeah, I just don't think they're the team they are now. Like the depth wise, they're not. They're not all what they are.
They gotta get healthy.
Ty Jerome, Dante, Jordan Poole, Kuminga, and JaMychal Green is their
Gary
second.
Payton.
They have Gary Payton back.
Payton's
He's
been bad this year.
He's going to be out.
And he's been out.
Yeah.
Did you see a single Gary Payton highlight on the Blazers?
No, but he's not a highlight guy as a defender.
No,
but he had highlights. He had some dunks. Did you hear anything about him when he was on the Blazers?
No.
But I mean, he fits on the Warriors. But like,
I'm not disagreeing with that.
But with Ty Jerome and Andre Iguodala in your second unit with Kuminga and JaMychal Green, that's not a championship winning team.
I'm not going to change my pick, but I think they're the dark horse. I think the West is very balanced.
The time has come to pass the torch to the young guys. It is time to relinquish control.
I will say one thing, though. If there's a Warriors-Grizzlies series, there is no way anybody in the Warriors land the Grizzlies beat them.
That's very true.
Correct.
Very true.
The Warriors win that series.
Correct.
I agree.
Finals. Liam, I guess I'll start first. Haven't gone first yet. I have Celtics Clippers. Short order, Celtics over Clippers. They finally get their win. Team's really well built, top to bottom.
Who's Finals MVP?
Tatum gets Finals MVP, obviously.
If it's that situation,
Obviously.
I think it's gonna be JB.
Maybe. Liam,
I think it's gonna be Mr. Al Horford.
you have Nuggets Bucks. You both have Nuggets Bucks. You guys always pick the same things together.
We're taking Giannis Finals MVP. Bucks winning. Bucks win in 6. Yeah.
Trent, do you disagree with that take?
I know I'm going to get flamed when we do our little recap, but you know what? I'm going to stick to it. Nuggets win. Jamal Murray Finals MVP.
I love that.
Averages 35 a game in the finals.
Playoff Jamal. Yeah. Oh, and Drew Holiday. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
KCP averages 75% from 3.
Wow.
Aaron Gordon averages 25. Jokic averages 30, 10, and 10. Write it down. Write down all of
So
that.
the Nuggets are averaging like 170 points a game against the Bucks in the finals.
Yeah.
Cool.
Jamal Murray crosses Drew Holiday, and Drew Holiday, out of embarrassment, does not play the rest of the series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Write that one down.
Yeah. Any of the other awards really relevant to touch upon?
No.
I'm curious who you guys are taking for most improved. There's 2 players that have the exact same odds according to Vegas.
Who are they?
Shea and Lowry.
Ooh.
Lowry.
Marketing.
Okay.
Sorry, Laurie Marketing.
Laurie.
As much as I want to pick Shea, I think the writing was on the wall that he was going to be, this was his year, that he was going to make the big jump. Lauri Markkanen was out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Trade to the Jazz, complete afterthought. It's his team now. I'm going to go with Lauri.
Ooh.
Once again,
it hurts. Shea's
it's
been good.
It's a narrative-driven award, too.
And Shea's been good.
Not this good.
He's not this good, but the writing was on the wall there. Everyone knows it's his team. Everyone knows he was going to take a big jump forward. No one thought that about Lauri.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Lauri.
All these awards in any sport's all narrative-driven. And Lauri's got the narrative.
However,
I thought we just said that Shea has the narrative.
No.
You just said that.
No, I said because
the writing was on the wall.
Yeah, writing was on
That's
the wall.
narrative.
That Shea was going to take a huge step forward.
Yeah, but the narrative
everyone knew.
The Jazz are doing things nobody expected the Jazz to do, and Lauri Markkanen is the leader of this Jazz team who's done nothing.
Lauri Markkanen was a complete afterthought. The Bulls. A lot of people thought that he was just going to be done after the Bulls went to nothing. But true, I will say this: I could see the Thunder. If they get them playing, I could see them.
They're in the play-in right now.
Yeah,
currently
they're in the play-in. I could see them if they make it out. I could see them doing some damage to a 1 or 2 seed. I really could. So we'll see.
Change my pick. Giddy Finals MVP.
Giddy up.
We have a quick word from one of our sponsors before we move on to the rest of the show. You may have heard it earlier. Goodness Bowls is a proud supporter of WXVU, a one-stop shop for healthy eating located minutes from campus. Goodness Bowls offers a wide variety of smoothies, bowls, juices, salads, wraps, toasts, and much more. Goodness Bowls is open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. on Sunday. Goodness Bowls can also be ordered online at goodnessbowls.com or on Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. Nova Bucks are accepted. Goodness Bowls is located in the Villanova Plaza on Lancaster Avenue, right next to Starbucks. I have not eaten breakfast or lunch today, so I will be going to Goodness Bowls right after the show.
And if you want an autograph, True will be there. So, all you front locker room fans out there.
Gosh, say Goodness Bowls 5 times fast. That was tough. All right, what do we have? Are we done with NBA?
Yeah, done with NBA. Let's go briefly MLB. I know as the resident Padre fan here, Truett's wearing his Padre shirt today. Manny Machado came out yesterday and said that he is planning on testing free agency after this season. I think Liam says he's going to put Truett at ease about this.
I don't blame him at all, and I don't think you would need to worry about him not re-signing because the Padres have shown, their ownership has shown, they're gonna spend. They're gonna spend some money. They're gonna throw him a bag, and Manny deserves to get paid a little bit, but he deserves to test it with all these big new deals.
We will give you money, lots of money. Just stay in the 70-degree weather year-round and play some baseball.
And he likes in Slam Diego.
Yeah,
he likes it. So.
He has said he wants to retire as a Padre. I think he's boys with Soto now. Hopefully they get the Tatis Chem back.
And they're looking like a favorite to win the West. I think they're the favorite now over the Dodgers. I kind
of agree with you at this point. But I don't need to see them do it because they've been absolutely dominated by the Dodgers for
they've been little boyed by the
Dodgers.
Wow.
Recently.
Still recently.
One playoff series.
We'll take it.
Yeah, but that was
underdogs in that series.
Yeah, that was it though. That's all he's done.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Just trends in the right, trend is switching.
Exactly.
Momentum is changing.
It is.
And I hope you guys do it, but we'll wait and see. I do think it's a little concerning, but I don't see where anybody else is going to spend the money on Machado that the Padres will. I don't think the Mets are going after Machado, so other than that, you're fine. Unless Steve Cohen says he wants Machado, then he gets Machado.
Imagine.
Probably just stop following baseball. So that'll be a brief 2-year stint. Of
Steve Cohen's about to get the other guy I wanted to bring up. Shohei Ohtani's agent said they're planning on testing free agency in the offseason.
You know what that means.
So.
You know what that means.
He's coming to New York.
Will it be like the biggest contract of all time?
Yeah.
Heard $50 million probably a year.
For how many years? 10?
No, he's not. He's how old is Shohei?
Imagine Scherzer, Verlander, Shohei as our front three, and then Shohei playing right for us.
Kodai Senga as the 4. I love him right now. Shohei's 28.
Dude,
he can get 10. Probably 8 years.
So we'd have Nimmo. Would Marte still be under contract?
I don't know.
Well, we'd have Nimmo, McNeil, Pete, Frankie, and Shohei.
Yeah.
And then by that time, Alvarez is going to be our DH. He's going to be hitting tank.
Brett Beatty's going to be hitting tanks at third.
Wow. I'm not going to say it now, but yeah. Shohei, New York's a good place to live, You could be the king of Queens, baby.
Or, just travel a couple miles south.
You guys got to worry about Manny.
Yeah.
Worry about that first. We'll take care of Shohei.
And Soto.
Yeah. And Soto, yeah.
That's true.
I don't think Soto re-signs with the Padres.
I don't know. I think he's at the point now where he's got to start contending. And the Padres, unlike the Nationals, they offer him some protection in that lineup.
That is very true.
But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
Exciting spring training's back. I think we're all excited for a nice baseball season.
I can't wait for opening day.
All our teams are projected to do really well this year. It's a long grind, ups and downs, and excited to see what October brings.
Yeah, same. Very same. Hopefully no more Red October.
Please, never again. No more Schwabby Schwarberfest.
God. I guess we can conclude with Villanova basketball.
Yeah.
Do trivia, Sean?
I do a college basketball trivia.
Okay, good.
We'll give it later. I want to give a shout out to the women's basketball team. That Finn was the most electric I've seen the Finn in all years of playing having games there. Rivaled Kansas game freshman year, and they played really tough.
They did.
A lot of great grind. Shots were not falling, but they kept pushing back, and the heart, the effort, down by 10 to claw their way back into it. Crazy.
It was really cool. I think this women's team can make a run, and a lot of you don't really see a lot of upsets in college women's basketball. Villanova making a deep run in March Madness wouldn't be an upset.
No. They're going to be a 4 seed. We're going to get home playoff games.
Yeah, they have the talent to do so.
Yeah. And they play with a lot of heart.
Yeah, they do.
I loved it.
And they run a little bit. The men's team needs to take a little bit from that. Running transition. Running transition. We ran yesterday, but you got to do it more.
I guess switching to the men's basketball. Big win yesterday. Finally got our first quad one win.
Quad 1 win.
Took us this long. Whew. Insane. Very happy about it. Very, very happy about it. I'm just excited. The team's moving forward. Justin Moore played really well. We found ways to score and defend down the stretch. Jordan Longino with a big steal in the end one. This team up and down just is starting to play better.
Shout out to Neptune.
Yeah.
It was by far his best coach game.
Inbound plays worked well. Everything's working well. He seemed more calm. The only criticism I have of him specifically, was we went on like a run to get up by 4, and our point guards in the game were Chris Arch and Caleb Daniels. I want Justin Moore or Mark Armstrong must be in the court every time, because those are two guys who can handle the ball and distribute.
Yeah.
But Arch played great defense. The other thing that annoys me on this team is they don't have any offensive awareness, I feel like. Like, Xavier went on a 6-0 run, and we respond with we
just chuck up a 3.
Eric Dixon, 4 seconds of the shot clock 3. Like, why are we doing that? That's the part that annoys the hell out of me on this team. But other than that, great win.
We beat Xavier.
I get so frustrated on offense watching this team. So frustrated. It's like we're allergic to the paint. We stand outside the perimeter and just...
Yeah.
It's so hard to watch them on offense sometimes.
That hasn't just been a this year problem either. Even when Jay Wright was coaching, we do not move the ball. We just don't move the ball at all. We don't run sets. We don't run plays. It's kind of all ISO.
Two-man game sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of just all ISO ball and two-man game.
It's literally just Justin Moore drive to the right, pivot. God, I can't take it up. So I pass out to somebody else, do the exact same thing.
Caleb Daniels.
And then someone will take a terrible shot.
Yeah.
That's what I love when Mark's on the floor, because Mark's got the speed and the agility to drive into the paint and beat guys.
But
he's an athlete. We don't have those, really.
Also, please, Cam, I know you're angry at the rim, but please just finish with a nice layup sometimes.
That was so bad.
That was very, very lucky Justin Moore was right there.
He missed multiple dunks.
Yeah.
Multiple dunks that Jermaine Samuels would have done. His little finger roll at the layup that would have got us in.
Don't compare him to Nova legend Jermaine Samuels.
But I think, this team, we have a lot of talent. And come Big East tournament, I don't think anybody's going to want to see us.
No. Nobody wants to see us.
I could see us making the finals. I really could. I could see us win the whole thing.
Before this game, I willed in my head that we have 3 more games now. Home games against Crane and UConn are winnable games because we're home. An away game at Seton Hall is a win.
Yeah.
This was the game that mattered because if we beat Xavier at Xavier when Xavier had not lost all year at home, that starts the run. That starts our ability to win another 3 Quad 1 games, going with 4 Quad 1 games, win a couple Big East games. Even if we don't win the tournament, I think if we get to the finals, if we win out to the finals and lose in the finals,
at large,
we're in that large bid.
Yeah.
We're in conversation for it.
100%. Much more than like UNC, who's
absolutely. If UNC gets in, they haven't won a single Quad 1 game all year. 0-9.
0-9.
Ridiculous.
People were picking. How are they the 1 seed to start? You know, they made one run as a what were they, an 8 seed?
Yeah.
They made one run in the tournament as an 8 seed. They didn't do anything in the regular season, and then they're the 1 seed to start the beginning of the year.
To be fair, though, I hope we replicate their that because first year head coach did not start off well, got hot at the right time. Villanova Magic this year.
That's very true. Very true.
Shout out Cats. Go Cats, baby.
Yeah. Would you like the trivia question?
I would love the trivia question.
It's a little different this time. I didn't want to do any. I want to do some college basketball stuff. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 6.
Liam, you got to carry this. This is not my forte.
I want to see how 15 colleges have won 2 or more NCAA titles for basketball. How many of the 15 can you name?
15 have won 2 or more.
Yeah.
Villanova.
Villanova.
Duke.
Yep.
Kansas, Duke, Kentucky,
UNC.
Kansas.
UCLA.
Wait, Kansas, Duke, Kentucky, UCLA. Yep. So far you have Villanova, Kansas, Duke, Kentucky, UCLA.
How many is that?
That's 5.
UNC.
Yep.
Blue blood. UConn.
Yep.
UVA.
Nope.
Trying to think like early. How many has Q's won? Syracuse.
Q's just won 1.
1. Oh boy, dude. I don't know. This is tough. Are we missing like some obvious ones?
There's one current obvious one. They're like good. They've been good now. Good for a while. Same head coach for a while.
Baylor.
Nope. Same head coach. He's like probably one of the longest tenure coaches at this point. Couple Midwest teams.
Indiana.
Yep, Indiana
Okay.
was one.
Yeah.
Green.
Green.
Yeah, Forest Green.
Forest Green.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
They played on an aircraft carrier this year.
We watched them play.
Yeah, we did.
Michigan State.
Yep, Michigan State.
Michigan.
How many do they have?
Michigan State's got 2.
Michigan.
Nope, Michigan does not have it.
Michigan does not. Wow.
One team still has 2. Crazy, considering the controversy they had, and they got some revoked a couple years ago.
Truitt, you got anything?
Their head coach
No,
got
dude.
fired. He's coaching at Iona right now.
Oh, Iona. Oh. I was thinking.
He hired prostitutes for his players.
Wow.
Louisville.
Oh, Rick Pitino?
Yep.
Yeah, look at them now. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Louisville. They got their 4th win of the season the other day.
Other teams you guys didn't mention. Cincinnati. Didn't realize they had multiple.
Never would have guessed.
Florida's got multiple.
Okay, yeah.
I knew that one. NC State. Jim Valvano. Oklahoma State.
Really?
Yep.
Oklahoma State.
And the most surprising one is entire list. San Francisco University has multiple.
Back in the day, they used to dominate. And they always dominate their conference, too, I think.
They're in the Gonzaga conference now.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
I know they had a guy, what was it, like last season or 2 seasons ago, that was averaging like 25. Crazy.
Any
All right,
birthdays,
everybody.
Truitt? Any
Oh,
birthdays,
birthdays.
Liam?
I'm
We
so
do.
sorry.
Really?
Shout out to the Philadelphia 76er legend, Dr. J, Julius Irving.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Birthday.
Dr. J. Sean, we have a near and dear Celtic. You know, he played on the Mavs as well. Wasn't as good for us, but shout out Rajon Rondo. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Rajon. part of that team, that Celtics team that
Kings legend.
won a good chip. Outside of that, it's George Washington's birthday. That's pretty cool. Shout out him. And yeah, that's kind of all we got.
Can I give a quick shout out to the San Francisco team? I didn't realize Bill Russell and Casey Jones went to San Francisco.
Shout out Bill Russell. Shout out San Francisco.
Bill Cartwright
shout
also.
Out Casey Jones. Oh, shout out Bill Cartwright. Bill's legend.
No disrespect, but I'm sure San Francisco was a much better place to live when they were living there.
That's not disrespectful. Whew. Yeah, that's all we got. Oh, shout out Steve Irwin.
Happy birthday.
Ime Udoka went there too.
Yeah.
Okay. we didn't need that. Okay, everybody. Thank you very much for listening. You've been listening to 89.1 FM, WXVU, Villanova student-run radio, The Roar. This has been Fun the Locker Room. As always, Liam Holloway, Sean Rankel, Truett Carstetter. We will see you every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Make sure to tune it in. Put in your calendar invite, title it, Listening to the Greatest Show of All Time, and also being enamored by Sean's sports takes. End quote. Make sure to title that. If you actually do that, screenshot that and send that to Fun in the Locker Room. We'll send you a cool prize, a little gift basket that we have prepared. Make sure to check out Goodness Bowls. I'm going there right now. I am starving. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Have a good one.